But c'est la vie, huh? I guess if it's the only way we're gonna get to explore it, then that's just how it is. Well, I hope you're all doing well. We are here just about to unlock Don Meg. Actually, it was where we left it last night. Through the gates lieth the domain of the Fua. Fua! Oh, man. Does the tall Fua show up anywhere in the MSQ? Are we gonna get to see the tall Fua today? Cause he's low-key my favorite. What is this one? Is this one that's just like fallen over? I think that's what it is. It's very strange. Alright, okay, let's do it, huh? The tall Fua is an elf in one of the frog onesies. That's hanging out in Ilmeg and just trying his level best to pass as a Fua in order to not get murdered by the rest of the Fae. Yeah. Twitch is murdering this bitrate today. Is it really? It seems to be stable at 6K, so maybe it's something on Twitch's side. I don't know. Hearken to me, O spirit of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Fua are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake? Alphino's visceral reaction. I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. And Oriange being even worse a swimmer, just executing a perfect bluff there. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Excellent. What about you, Oriange? I'm not sure I've ever asked. Ah, shit. Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Oriange. That you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves.
Well, well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals? What a treat!
Aye. My comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shelled Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people.
Oh, is that all? Oh, of course, of course. You may have it. You shall have it.
Just like that. What do you want from us?
No need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us. We Fua, it's over before it's begun. We couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate and come hither to our domain, Don Meg. In your tongue it means forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes? And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through, give us thrilling sport, and we will give you the crown.
The Fua are cute. They kind of are, honestly. If they weren't so creepy, they would be kind of adorable, yes. Alright, who are we going to take for this one? I think we took the Leveilleurs to Holminster. I feel like we should take 2 gay dads and miniphilia. I think is what we're gonna go with. Don Meg. Oh no. Not like that. I'm gonna do it with trusts. Okay. Actually that's perfect. There we go. Register for duty. Tempest, that is very generous of you to say. Oh, I do love this dungeon. This first part from the very beginning has always reminded me of oh, what do they call the new secret cow level in Diablo 3? It was the secret cow level in Diablo 2, which was a reference to a meme from Diablo 1, and then they did one with like it was very like My Little Pony sort of unicorns and rainbows and stuff in Diablo 3. Anyway, this first part reminds me of that like so much. Alice in Wonderland vibes for you? Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that that's intended. It's quite interesting that now we know that this is a very similar space to the pixie little dreamland, isn't it? Aisling, thank you so much for 2 years. Certainly does fly. Oh, you put your stuff for San Diego Fan Fest. Oh, I'll definitely be there, like one way or another. I'll find a way there. It's much cheaper coming from Norway than it is from Australia. I think I can get return flights from Oslo to San Diego for like $500 Australian, thereabouts. And I can get it over to London for that one for like, I don't know, like $50. So it shouldn't be quite as difficult as it usually is. Let me make sure I got my close position there. There we go. Yes, I did get to play a beta version of this duty at the media tour, the Shadowbringers. This was the dungeon that we got to play, and we got to do it with trusts, and it was so good. Oh, you know what I realized? I just forgot again to start up with my VPN. I'm getting a little bit of latency here on Primal. I keep forgetting to, because now that I've moved, I don't need it on light. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Holy crap! Harry, thank you so much for that rate. I really appreciate it. Welcome in, everyone. Queen Seal, thank you for the resub. Munchie, thank you for the resub. Thank you. And what's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing a playthrough on my Primal of the Shadowbringers MSQ, which I'm recording for some YouTube content as well, because a lot of people were wanting to see the original one on YouTube, and I didn't end up getting it up there. If any of you jabronis are not following Harry, then you really should be. He's another Australian streamer, a very, very dear friend, and makes just heckin' awesome content. Awesome content, awesome community. Go give him some love. Oh, and Gremory, thank you so much. Thank you, Gremory. Thank you, Stegar. Thank you. Sathalin, thank you. Holy crap. I appreciate that very much. The face when Harry's raid's gonna be on YouTube, it is. And if you jabronis watching on YouTube, if you guys hang out on Twitch as well, you should give me Harry a cheeky follow. Holy crap. Queen Seal. Wow. Thank you so much for that 5 gift subs, Queen Seal. That is ridiculous. Gratis to Spellbound, Insomnasia, Valent, Zath, Hortel Highwind. Grunkus. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Thank you, thank you. What is this hype train feature I'm seeing on my Twitch dashboard? I haven't seen this before. Is this a new feature? Oh, for Valentine's emotes. Oh, neato. It's a neato burrito. Sarah 4, thank you so much for the resub. Yeah, it's new to me. You have a unicorn butt? Harry, you've always had a bit of a unicorn butt, alright? There's no need to be ashamed of it. Zace, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you, thank you. Missy B with that Twitch Prime sub. Holy crap, thank you. That is very, very generous. You guys are too much, seriously. Come on. So, fun bit of lore for you. These Donfast baskets, I should say, are golems, obviously, programmed by the Pixies. And their sole purpose is just to, basically disseminate pollen. Spread flowers all around the place. I guess it's more expedient than relying on, you know, bees and birds and other natural means. No food buff? No, I didn't need it. I'm already level 78. I'm not bothering. Mad Guns, thank you so much for the bits. Aisling, what the hell? What the heck? Aisling, thank you so much. Congratulations to Marbatar, Geshpence, Elitam, Adia, Keiko. You're a madman. You're an absolute madman. Oh, a flower basket mount would be fantastic, wouldn't it? It'd be so good. Hi, Kyoko, what's up? What's going on? Alright, Thanker, get in there. Why is it that we get the ARR boss theme here? I don't understand that. I've been waiting for the longest time for them to change this. Because the BGMs for every dungeon are so good. But you spend most of the time not actually getting to hear them. Because it just plays generic boss music rather than continuing it. Did they add a setting to, like, stop that? Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm not sure if it's this one. Yeah, you'd rather just keep going with the dungeon BGM? Yeah, right? Absolutely, that'd be much, much, much better. I mean, in an ideal scenario, you'd kind of have... Well, it's funny because in I'm remembering the Crystal Tower series, right? Is that there was the BGM for when you were in and out of combat, and it would sort of like transition organically, and it was really, really cool. But it was just for the trash mobs, and then as soon as you got to a boss, it would go back to generic ARR boss music. Seems really strange. Okay, we want to run back into the... Oh, come on. I'm seriously misjudging the size of these. Ooh. Hey, Gregory, thank you. No, fake Hermit does not screw around. Man, now I really wish that he had a Kermit voice. You know, everyone is always telling me that, like, Kermit is the easiest voice to do. Like, the easiest impression to make. And I cannot. I've never ever been able to do Kermit.
Keep your guard up. I shall protect thee.
I suspect that maybe it's a case that it's just like the easiest for Americans to do, maybe? I don't know.
I'll show you.
Okay, the fact that I did not get into that AoE soon enough there is definitely telling me that I need to turn my VPN on while I'm on Primal here. But bow tight hat of casting. I really can't afford to be picking this stuff up. And look at my inventory. It's private.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, these flowers are making you sneeze. Oh, this place would be a nightmare for me, honestly.
Take this.
I think that's probably the real reason why the Yulmorans are so reluctant to ever come into Ilmeg, because
I'll show you.
those rich bastards have got have got allergies. Doing trust dungeons as a healer takes forever. Doing trust dungeons just kind of takes forever, period. But you're right that it's like a little bit faster as DPS than anything else. It's just for me, like, when I'm doing it the first time through the story, I just think it's really important for flavor and for continuity, you know? It's just really nice. What are these unicorn emotes? They're Valentine's Day stuff, apparently. I'm not really sure what unicorns have got to do with Valentine's Day, but there you go, I guess. Hype train rewards. Okay, so they're not a Valentine's Day thing at all. Well, I'm even more confused. Because I would have thought there'd be at least like a tenuous thread between unicorns and Valentines. Hey, real talk though, I'm pretty sure wasps don't make honey. I'm not an entomologist, but I'm pretty sure. Although, when we go into Mossian's Arboretum, that's it. The hard mode for Mossians. That beehive and all that honey is made by wasps. So I guess it's different in 14. Although apparently it's not totally uncommon for wasps to take up residence in beehives and like kick all the bees out. I don't think that's the case in Mossian's Arboretum. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be like there for the purpose of you know, doing the pollinating and all that with the flowers. Alright, Shay, that was a little underwhelming. He pulls the dramatic one-liner and then just does like a regular cast. Okay. Wasp make Marmite? I would believe that, you know. Oh, he's casting death when he says that? Really? Well, nothing died. Yeah, it would be nice if he opened with that one, eh?
You underestimate me.
Well, should have Devilman up there.
Now I've got you.
What level do I get my other part of my bar again? My Saber Dance stuff. 76, okay. I'm gonna be able to start using that again soon. I should not have opened that. I should not have opened that. At least I can get rid of some of this. Hang on. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Why? How I got stellar clusters here? The hell? The Atelier. Alright, this one up. Got me OCD. episode looking at my inventory. It's an alt, alright? My main's inventory is in a much better condition than this one. Alright, give me a break. Oh, Jay, come on. Come on! A minute there, I thought I was going to be too short to actually grab that one. Oriange screwed you over on this boss more times than you care to admit. Yeah, I think what you have to do is basically just like wait near the middle until you see where everyone else is moving. And then just kind of like yield to them.
Now I've got you.
Protect me.
Thanks, Oriange. Yeah, this boss as well. It's using the ARR boss theme. It's the generic ass ARR boss theme. I do not understand that. That is so weird.
You underestimate me.
Okay. Bosses take forever. I cannot understand how anyone has, I mean, particularly before the buff, how anyone's leveled up their trusts to max. I just don't get it. The rewards are so not worth it. Alright, there we go. Oh man. Yes, that's right, Cyber, yeah. It's the same with Vegemite, but Vegemite is much, much better. Because it's not made by wasps. I like Marmite. Marmite's made when, like, a bunch of wasps manage to get into a beer barrel. And at some point, I imagine during wartime, the British were just like, look, we can't afford to throw this out, you know? Maybe we can try and like scrape the wasps out. Or like shoo them out. And that didn't work. So what they ended up doing was they just kind of like smushed them into a paste in with all the, you know, the yeast and what was left of the beer. And that's how they invented Marmite. Yeah, true story. Yes, they did. They did like massively buff the trust EXP gain in like 5.05. I'm pretty sure it was before 5.1. Yeah, concentrated wasp beer paste. Yeah. Which is not as bad as it sounds, but not great either. To be honest, not great. Not the best. It was 5.05 with Savage. Okay, there you go. That grind was bad. You think you got like 4 of them to 51, couldn't do anymore? Yeah. That was kind of the same. But also I was just like looking at the rewards, you know, you get like an alt costume for them while you're doing more trusts. Great, because that's exactly what you want to do after you finish leveling up your trusts. And a title? And that's it. You know, maybe for like a mount, you know. Maybe for a mount, I could get involved. I can get invested in that. All right, thank grid. We're doing a big boy pull now. All right. Bring it along. Bring it along. 'Cause I want to LB these jabronis. Thank grids. All right, cool. Blam! Wow, that did very little. That was very underwhelming. Needs them level 80 go back and do MSQ mode on them, though? Yes. That is true, yes. Okay, that was a bit faster. I should have been doing bigger pulls the whole way through. Mirage is a little bit faster to draw than Alphino is, I think. With healing you. 3 of those. Yeah, everything but ARR is in New Game Plus. 5.2 is introducing I don't know if it's all the raid series. I think the example they used was Return to Ivalice. So it might just be that, it might just be all the 24 mans, but I think, don't quote me on it, but I think that all of the raid series are being introduced to it. Return to Ivalice is excellent. And don't forget, Return to Ivalice is an unlock prerequisite for the Bozja content. The Blades of Gunhildr. Which is weird that they're calling it that, because that's literally just gunblades. That's what gunblades are. That's why gunblades called gunblades. Gunhildr's blades. So is every job just getting gunblades? Is every job's relic gonna be a gunblade? Is Dancer gonna be throwing, just like throwing boomerang and gunblades? Yeah, every weapon that is a blade, we add a gun. And every weapon that is a gun, we add a blade. And every weapon that's neither, they just get gunblades, I guess. Throwing magazines. Do I have Miniphilia as my dance partner? Yes, I do. I do. Alright, let's go tall boy. Whoopsies, forgot about that. Man, it really makes me want to have like a melee bard. Ah, yes. You know, this is probably going to be a little bit easier on Lalafell than it is on than it is on Ellison. Much easier to— oh no! Oh no, I say that. Oh, I fucking say it, don't I? Oh jeez. Get out of the way, Minfilia! Yeah. Okay. Alright, got it. Oh man. This is too good. Hi there, Kukulon. Oops. No, you can't cheese across it, no. Which is bullshit, because you trust can. Like, Rianger just teleports across it. Dangrid Shikuchis. But if you try to do anything like that, you end up in the pit. Yes, yeah, all those moves, you're right, they drag you across the ground, yeah. So it's the same if you try to use a gap closer over like a heavy puddle or some other persistent ground AoE, you'll always get stuck in it. It kind of sucks, but it's like a balancing thing, I guess.
Now I've got you.
I gotta watch that one, don't I? Thank you, hero. Good lord, these take a hot minute. Okay, gotta look away for that one. Ren, it would be really nice if you took the LB. About now. Yeah, Dragoons don't actually jump across distances, yeah. It's kind of slide. I saw that Sagittarius and I am I'm not gonna. Which you can tell at LB. Yeah, I wish that they'd kind of brought in a little bit of the features from your squadrons, where you could, like, you know, let them do like their own AI thing, but also be able to direct them in some way. Regular team. Oh, it's pretty cool actually, isn't it? Can we use that? That is an upgrade. What else have we got? These are all 72, 72. Yeah, so definitely not upgrades. But from now, we will start to get some upgrades. It's nice. Pretty good. Where the hell did I get this from? New old jacket. Where did I get that?
Wilford!
Oh my god, they're so creepy. Ervitar, I hear what you're saying. You need to be willing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't join PF unless you already know the other strategies. I'm saying that you shouldn't be joining PF if you're not willing to learn. If you're not flexible. If you're not at least willing to be flexible.
Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course! Of course! There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
Oh, well. I mean, we are approximately in the same size category, aren't we?
Yes! Yes! I could watch it forever!
I forgot about that one. Yes! Yes!
Why don't we just make him one of us?
Yes!
Yes! One of us!
Holy shit.
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Hi, Pingu. I'm doing great.
Wake up, damn you!
How are you? But it's all good, bro. I can breathe down here. I got this.
Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Ramza, thank you so much for 35 months. How you doing, mate?
I'm sure you had your reasons, but the first rule of dealing with the Fwath is do not deal with the Fwath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember.
Well, not quite. Not quite, are
we
they?
did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
No, there's no spoiler rules for this playthrough. We've been talking about a lot of stuff as we go. Hey, I saw a question in chat there about what content you can do at 15 to 30 FPS. You can raid at 30 FPS. Shouldn't be worried about that. Let me show you a little trick that might help with your FPS, particularly in instances, particularly in like raid content and stuff like that. You might already have done this, but if you haven't, it'll help a lot with frame rate. Where is it? You go to filters, target. Where is it? Yes. No. I'll find it in a moment. I swear, I will find it. Target. No. Filters, character. Battle effects. Here we go. Okay, so character configuration, character, battle effect settings. With your party, show limited. And others show limited as well. So this will mean stuff like sacred soil, stuff that will like affect you and that you'll need to be able to see the placement for. You can still see it, but all of the other spell effects and particle effects and flashy nonsense that accompanies various attack animations will not show up. It reduces clutter a lot on screen in raiding, and it will improve your FPS a little bit. And what Mad Gun says as well. Yeah. So try that. That might help you get like a more stable 30 rather than 15 to 30. But at 30 FPS, provided you're not getting like big stutters, provided it's like consistent, you should be able to raid. Don't worry too much about that. It's fine, Sagittarius. If it is someone's first time experiencing the Shadowbringers story, then there have been plenty of disclaimers when we started, so You don't have to feel bad. I'm going back in. Alze, have you forgotten? Nay, my lady. Exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. Yeah, you should be able to do Savage. Take care, Barry. There was nothing where we looked. Ethys. Dear gods, were not for Soroban's blessing. But I need not labor the point. I'm glad you are safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were? Wash up on shore only to find you weren't with us? Alze, you were with me when we learned how to breathe underwater, like... You know I'm good, right? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty! The Fuar kept that part of the bargain, at least. While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness. Oh, thank goodness you're still here! Sulween? Is something amiss? How did Alphino manage to tell which one of the pixies it was? That's what I want to know. What can he see that we can't? A great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmeg. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Rather the reverse, I fear. You're more an army at a guess. Meaning, we can play with them as much as you like. But just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alphino is coming, then Alze will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. Alright. So remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. I'm not going to be sassy about it. Ah, yeah, that's fair, kittens. That's fair. Indeed you have. Very well then, see you afterwards, my friends. Ervitar, Abbott's body was not destroyed. None of their bodies were destroyed. They were buried. Like, their bodies were abandoned. You know, their bodies were kind of like left as corpses when they traveled to the source. It's the corpses were basically reanimated, and that's what we're fighting in the role quests. Arbit's was still buried and undisturbed, and Elidibus has obviously inhabited it. If that is indeed what's happening, which I think it's fairly obvious that it is. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. Must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the Nu Mou are the nearer. We'll seek them out next. Among the Fey folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men, have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. Yeah, I think that's fair to say, kittens. Oh, that's kind of scary, Sagittarius. I think Arbit X may be the secret trial. Yeah, I think... I wouldn't say it's extreme I would say it's probably more like Nabriales or Steps of Faith. But I suspect that Alidabert may well be the secret trial. Oh hey, there's an A rank for those of you on where are we? Behemoth. Porus Portia's up. The bookman shelves. For the secret trials in the relic quests. Did they confirm that during the live though? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because that Bozja... It did look like a dungeon, but it seemed like it was a single player instance at the same time. They talked about it at the same time and specifically said it was in 5.25. Alright, well there you go. I guess it is going to be the Bozja thing then, after all. Well, that's pretty cool. Past yonder cliff lieth Pla Ini, home of the Nu Mou. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. Man, I'm so excited for that Bozja content. And the fact that it is a sequel to Return to Iblis as well. It's just like, yes! Oh, yes! Makes me so happy. I thought we were going to have to wait for years to work out what the hell was going on with Noah and Tartarus and the Dalmascan resistance and all that. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Vobert. It was only when the Fuar came in the wake of the flood that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness in Minfilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no 8th umbral calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor, those we have lost, for those we can yet save. Coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not that we shall prevail. Aha, mortals, just as we thought. Hast thou business with us? Business? Ah, nothing so boring. We smelled you coming and thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of Lida Loran. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. Oh, in some haste, are you? Allow me to hasten you on your way. Yes, Bozja Citadel is where Sid's father, Midas Nan Garland, was first studying Dalamut and the Lunar Transmitter. And 10 years prior to 1.0, it it was just vanished. Like, it was just completely obliterated. A beam of light came down from Dalamud and just erased the whole city. There was just nothing left. We don't know whether there was like a hole in the ground or whether it just like blinked out of existence or whether it was like just completely blown up. But the way it's described is that it was just gone. It just disappeared. That was kind of the final nail in the coffin for Sid, and when he decided to defect. But there's a lot of talk about Bozja in 1.0 leading up to the Calamity. Gaius is constantly talking about how he never wants to see a repeat of Bozja when he's trying to convince Nail to steer from his course in the Meteor Project. And eventually Gaius, of course, feeds intel to the Eorzean Alliance that lets them locate and destroy the lunar transmitters. But yeah, it's one of the last remaining 1.x plot points that's kind of been dangling. Yes. Teleportation magic. For a mercy, we were not sent far from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak 'tis called. It was ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. Yeah, so the instance that we saw in the trailer with Sid and Mikoto, in that weird sort of like anti-tower-esque space, I'm pretty sure that's the remnants of Bozja Citadel. So I don't know whether it's just been like blasted to this center of the star near the live stream and everything sort of started to unravel there, kind of like it does in the anti-tower, whether it's been like blasted into like a pocket dimension like Ozma does, or what's going on. I don't know, but we're gonna get some answers. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art able to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, but only serve to give thy presence away. Okay. Bye. Hey, Leek, thank you so much for the resub. What's going on? Hey. If Bozja was actually just shunted to Tartarus, there's a chance that Midas is still alive. That's true, yeah. The thing is, we don't really know what Tartarus is. By its nomenclature, we would want to say that it's like a realm, that it's a sort of subterranean, neo-ethereal realm. Again, given that it's the deepest pit of Hades. It's like the deepest hell in Greek mythology. It's where the Titans are trapped. But in Return to Ivalice, Noah describes it as a weapon that can cause the Ridorana Cataract. So the Ridorana Cataract is this huge hole in the planet's crust, basically, that drilled down to the core and caused Gal to be abandoned, presumably. And Noah's impression, and the impression of his scientists, is that Tartarus was the name of the weapon that caused this, rather than, the name of the hole or the realm to which the hole leads itself. So, we don't know. But hey, yeah, maybe Dalamud did something similar. We don't know. But we will find out in, I guess, like 6 weeks.
Yes.
We found the thing that made the sound that screwed up creation magic. Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be something if Garg actually heard the keening and just like blasted it with a freaking Death Star laser? And we find out all this time, like we're expecting to have to face that lava-ass thing, whatever it is. And it turns out that Garg actually just killed it with a giant laser, like 2,500 years ago. Oh, man. No, they didn't say when 5.253 is out. Sorry, 5.25 is out. Yeah, the Ishgard patch is going to be 5.21. 5.25 is probably going to be about 6 weeks, like a month to 6 weeks after 5.2. There you go. It's possible that the Tartarus weapon was Dalamud too. Yeah, I mean, there's a thought. Dalamud was in the sky back then. A very, very interesting thought. Maybe, maybe Galg had some kind of lunar transmitter. That's very interesting. Yeah, that's food for thought. And everyone in the YouTube comments that is already at 5.25, I know that you're like halfway through writing the comment section. Oh, well, actually, just give us this one, all right? It's February. What's the date today? February 7th. All right, leave us alone. Thanks. I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. Thank you, you're not my dad. In other good news, the Nu Mou village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Urianger deigns to join us. I remember exploring Ilmeg in the media tour and just immediately being reminded of Morrowind. I got such like a pang of nostalgia seeing this village. It feels like the Telvanni settlements. And it's basically the same thing. Like they use magic, they use like alchemy to grow the mushrooms to the size where they can carve out homes in them. That's exactly what the Telvanni do.
The mortals! Mortals are here! Lots of them!
I thought you said the Nu Mou were men's best friends. Poor thing was beside itself with fear. Was beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable! Unacceptable, I tell you! We have so many mortals appear at once! It's more excitement than we can bear! Oh, these good boys. Greetings, Elder Wydank. Tierney. It hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the Nu Mou. A stone scepter? And you mean to lift the seal of the Leagia? That is unacceptable! Unacceptable, I tell you! If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our fair cousins, we Nu Mou have called this land our home since time immemorial. Living is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Just hand over the goddamn stuff. Yeah, right. No one will come to harm. Except for Titania. Easily said for one who hasn't experienced the king's wrath. Wasn't Dalamud a structure to drain power from Bahamut and drain it through the Crystal Tower? Yeah, so Dalamud's function was to contain Bahamut like a Pokeball, keep it alive, The few sort of Mericidians that they hadn't slaughtered or enslaved, they kept in there as well in stasis, in like life support, and in pain. So they would be constantly praying to Bahamut to kind of keep it there, keep it in form. Because if they died, no one was worshipping Bahamut anymore. We'd kind of blink out of existence, presumably. Yeah. So to do that, to keep him alive. To draw ether from the sun into Bahamut, so through Bahamut, use Bahamut like this big battery, and then from Bahamut down into the Crystal Tower. So it was like a giant solar battery, basically. Yes. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this man has possessed not only the strength required to Oh, that's Oriange. Oriange doing his best Nu Mou impression. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this man has possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, he hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. He is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but he harboureth the self-same desire to see the Sin Eaters eliminated as we do. What's powering the Crystal Tower? The Crystal Tower is made of crystal, which is extremely sort of ethereally porous. The Crystal Tower has been, has basically been like filled to the brim by Dalamut. That's basically what caused the third calamity, was the power of Dalamud being channeled into it to try and open a void gate, and basically the land underneath the Crystal Tower just not being able to take the pressure and just kind of crumbling and causing massive earthquakes that buried pretty much all civilization across the entire planet. The Crystal Tower has got enough ether in it without like something to feed it, without an external power source to channel into it, to last like, I mean, millennia, as it has. Yeah, so it doesn't really need anything channeling into it. Yeah, it's a giant battery. Yeah. Filled to the brim, that's right. He is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but he harboureth the self-same desire to see the Sin Eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved homeland restored to its former glory? We have always done right by us, Oriange. You have placed your faith in this man, and so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the Sin Eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. You require time to deliberate. Turn of the moon, perhaps. We don't have a turn of the moon, unless we want to debate this with the Yulmoran army. Here it comes. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee to simply roll over and acquiesce to our request. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter, while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair. Unfair, I tell you. Oh, jeez. Oh, in happier times it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Volbert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Urianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? Oh dear. Poor Nu Mou. I wonder, you know, if the Nu Mou don't have similar origins to the Amaro. Considering that we don't find these guys in the source. I mean, we don't find the pixies in the source either, to be fair, or the Fua. But I wonder if these are not like Ronkan creations as well. You'll offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see. Perhaps you can be with Manos. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Orbit. With the Knights gone, however, Manos has no opportunity to put their skills to use. I'll be overjoyed for your patronage. That would be great, Munchie. I'd be all about that. I'd be very impressed. He kind of wrote off the pixies as the first one branch of Nimi and Fae. Yeah, but Nimi and Fae are not they have like a completely different ontology. They look the same, but the Nimi and Fae are more like they're artificial. As far as we know, of course. 1182, 1183, 1184. Wait, did I recount that leaf? Oh my god. Ah! Ooh, what? Wait. You're a mortal! Huzzah! Huzzah! Well met! Yes, very well met indeed. Have your old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? You've answered yes. You've come to the right Nu Mou. I'll restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, 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 give me their legs and your patronage to me. Okay, you can do that. Keep forgetting I don't have flying in these zones. Possible the Nimi and Fae are based on pixies in some way. Well, perhaps. Yeah, maybe, huh? Oh, Munchie. That's outstanding. I am sort of like, I've never done cosplay for an event before, but I am very tentatively considering an Urianger cosplay for FanFest. Just because I think it would be a lot of fun. It's so much work though. I guess we are, Queen Seal. I guess we are. I have to shave again. That's the thing as well. Like, I'd have to shave again. I'm not really about that. Which FanFest are you going to? I'm planning to attend both NA and EU. Is the plan, yes. Is my neck long enough to be swallowing Alger? Yeah, I had a pretty long neck. I'm not like as tall as Urianger. I think Urianger's got to be like 6'3", 6'4". So I'm not as tall as Urianger, but I've got a similar kind of like build to him. Oh, sorry, there is no EU FanFest. You're right. It's in London. Yeah, good point. If it's speaking character the entire time as well, oh, I totally would. great, Queen Theo. Ah, you're returned. I'm with the most fungus legs out. They're tools of my trade, lest you wonder. Used to polish metal and leather alike to lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. Ew. Mirage 6'7"? Is he really? Holy shit. Is he seriously 6'7"? Bloody hell. Huzzah! Two most fungus legs as befits the work. Ah, to have neither more nor less expected of us than what we can provide. There is no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability, too much means you question our integrity. Giving me fitting payment, and my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. He's 50 high, damn. Just wear platform shoes, I could do that, I suppose, yeah. I could do that. Guitar wears stilts and goes mid-breeder. Oh man. He's gonna have to lift a lot to be able to do Moonbreeder. I see. She could go as Reen. She's basically got Reen's hair at the moment. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin, which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. .64 is the shortest for adult males, and damn. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest East Gyof yonder. Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe East Gyof will have something to offer you. Well, cosplay is expensive. That's the one thing, is like, if I do it, I'd want to do it like kind of okay. And that shit expensive. Doesn't have to be. I mean, like, I don't know. I'd have to spend at least like a couple $100, wouldn't I? I think if I'm gonna do like the Astro Globe and all that. Kind of crazy all the optional content is being tied into the MSQ. Well, yeah, I mean, it always has been in a manner of degrees. Like all the kind of big side content stories in this game have kind of been referred to in the MSQ here and there, but it seems like they're making it, they kind of like moved away from it a little bit after ARR, and it seems like they're kind of like leaning back into it in Shadowbringers, which is really nice, I think. Yeah, Althane, yeah. To have so many men visit us at once is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. To attend to them with magic, except they leave behind a harmful ash. No choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you'll be curious as to what I have to offer. I am a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. Okay. I make you happy saying your name right? Well, I don't always get people's names right, but when I don't, I try to correct myself because I think it's important, you know? Some people don't like identify very closely with their Twitch names, like it's just a username or whatever, but some people really do. Oh, there it is. Like, the number of times I've been called Ethys, or people just give up entirely and just call me Asher, I'm like, eh. It's a little bit of a bummer. If Nu Mou sound like this, what would the dwarves sound like? Oh, the dwarves sound exactly the same. Yeah. I can only do so many voices, alright? I could make the dwarves sound a little bit more Irish, but I don't. They sound the same. Listen, I'm only one man. I'm improvising all of this. I'm recording for several hours at a time. Some of the voices are gonna sound the same, alright? You've already removed the flame spores. How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. You son of a bitch. So they're using 14 as well? It's a gamer tag for everything? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, like, way more people call me Ethys than call me Michael. Like, even in real life, just because, you know, my work and my social life are so kind of inextricably tied up that yeah, like IRL, most people call me Ethys. And I kind of like, I've gotten to the point where I sort of identify with it more closely than my actual name. I wasn't spying on you or anything. I just finished my task and I should go and report back. The Nu Mou seemed to be Billy Connolly. What's wrong with that? Love me some Billy Connolly. Guy's a legend. If pronouncing Ethys is too hard, Daddy always works. Yeah, or just Daddy, you know? Yeah. Daddy is acceptable. What if I cosplayed Dwarf Chungus? I'm not short enough. That's the thing. Like, I'm not quite tall enough to do Urianger justice, and I'm nowhere near short enough to do Chungo. The tall fool. I'd love that. Yeah, I could totally do that. Yeah, just wear like a green bodysuit and a frog head thing. Thancred's way too hard. Thancred's way too hard. Urianger would be much easier. Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses for a while at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again. It reminds me of the old days. Fair every day I'll carry my wares to the castle to offer an exchange for men's patronage. Back then the castle wasn't called Lear Gear. The Verbertites built it and they named it Gruner's Licht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against Sin Eaters. And now they're gone. All of them. Nobles and knights and common folk alike. Enough reminiscing. I'll give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I'll be glad to offer them to you. For a fitting price, of course. Okay. What if we find out Nu Mou actually have Welsh accents? You know, they probably do. I mean, Lou Beak kind of speaks like this. I'm Lou Beak. Oh, Lou Reek? Lou Beak. Lou Reek. He's got like a little kind of squeaky, cutesy voice. But I ain't about that. Now, will you be offering your patronage to anyone else? So, would you consider white? It's got to be Wide Lad, all right? It's probably pronounced Weird Lad, but he's wide. He's a Wide Lad. Best Nu Mou name. If I ever get chunky, I'm gonna have my my legal name changed to Wide Lad. I've been under the weather of late. The chance to perform an honourable task and cheer them up. You know what I could do? What do they call it? The thing that people do at Disneyland? So at Disneyland, you're not allowed to cosplay as a Disney character because then people will mistake you for an employee. So people do that thing where they kind of like, they make like an outfit. It's like a sort of like formal, casual, modern appropriation of a Disney character. Disney bounding. Yeah, I could like Urianger bound, Urian bound, Scion bounding. Right? That could be fun. I could just do like the hair and the tattoo in the ears and just wear like a, what would it be, like a black sleeveless hoodie and like a lot of jewelry, I guess. Walk around my nose and a Kindle. Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. Yeah. Do some Scion bounding. Fuck yeah. What? You would be my patron. But I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink. Have you seen my invisible ink? I can't find it anywhere. I put it down, I can't. No, that's stupid. Without it, I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're Nu Mou like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor they are. They refuse to work, instead spend all their time cavorting and making nuisance of themselves. When I was outside for a walk, they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. How can they rob invisible ink? How can someone steal invisible ink? Like, empty your pockets. Let me just grab that invisible ink. No? Just me? Okay. I was too weak to resist them. But you, mortal, you look quite strong. You think you could take my ink back from those villains? To do this, I'll consider your patronage. By way of my service, I will make you something very special. Still needs a bottle. Nah, the bottle's invisible. It's gotta be. Otherwise, how do you know it's your invisible ink? You know? It could just be like any of your other inks. Excuse me, Ethys. I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you. And help in what little way I can. You're welcome to join. Thank you so much. The lawless ones make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. It took many vials of ink. I'll be grateful if you could bring back as many as possible. Listen, I know you guys are speaking sense, okay? But I refuse. I refuse on the basis that having invisible ink in an invisible container is funny. It's funny to me. And the idea of someone turning out their pockets and like miming, basically mime dropping vials of ink all over the ground as they're being robbed is also just very endearing to me. Zuma, I've already voiced dwarves in previous streams and previous videos. They sound exactly the same. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. The male dwarves, the female dwarves. There's something about the beard. It's got like a voice modulator. Yeah. It's just like everyone with a helmet in Final Fantasy XIV. In my canon, they sound like Bane. It's absolutely not the only voice I can do. Don't be ridiculous. It's one of the only voices I can do. It's one of maybe 4 or 5 voices I can do. Chop a hockey mask in half, throw a bed cover over your head. High flirties. That's boring, though. Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside, and sure enough, it was milling with Nu Mou. It looked none too friendly. Thancred were here. He'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. Well, Thancred ain't here, baby. That's not how we do. I'll find all the ink I can, and then come back outside. See you shortly, Ethys. All right, let's see. There's one here? Up there, isn't it? Oh, yeah, shit. Okay. Excuse me. That's not invisible. It's bloody luminescent. Headcanon ruined. You know, I wonder what would happen if you use the words of power on these rogue Nu Mou. Do you think they're just like immune to it, or do you think that that would work? Or do you think they just wear earplugs? Invisible if you green screen them. Oh, maybe it's just like really luminous green ink, and Nu Mou just can't see green. It's just part of the color spectrum they can't perceive. They're like, ah, yes, let me write you a secret message with my invisible ink. Dude, that's like super visible. No, completely invisible.